All right, g'day. Week one, VHP, Proxy, Circa, Millions, and Survivor. Um, Scott, here we are again. We started hot last year. We had an insane run. We had a lot of fun. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
What is it, 8 weeks?
It's going to be a lot of fun, Adam. I always like talking to you. We had an amazing week this week with a lot of different teams picked. A little bit different than we had last year when everybody and their dog decided to play Cincinnati in week number one. I know there was a lot of talk last year about me making Cincinnati actually unselectable, but it turns out I didn't do that. And look, you ready to go through the top picks for a Survivor?
Yeah, but I will say this. I made them unselectable. There was no way in hell that I was picking them this week on the road to Cleveland. So that I just 10 picks spread across, I think 4 or 5 teams, but no Bengals for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say too much because your information's public, so I guess I can't say too much. But your picks were the most diverse of anybody I had as a client. I think you might have picked five different teams for the Survivor. So you were a little bit different than everybody else. But I say let's get into this because this could be a lot of fun this week. The most popular Survivor team, the Broncos. When I started putting the picks in last night at 7:00 Pacific, I thought everybody had the Broncos because I was just doing them one after another after another. What do you think about this Denver team being the top pick?
All right. So first of all, you've given me some bad info.
I gave you bad info.
No, you didn't. I screwed it up. Yes, I screwed it up. The way the message come through, I did miss the top 2 plays on both the Survivor and the Circa. So I'm going to do a little creative workmanship here and get straight into the charts. I thought that was the obvious choice, which scares the shit out of me. I did use it, I think, in 5, maybe 6 of the 10 entries. The money has just been all Denver minus the points. In the early, pre-last week, it was 90% of the money on the Broncos overall and about 75% of the master money. It's evened out a little bit. There is people nipping away at 9, 9.5 and have bought it up to 10. So I think right now it's about 71% still overall, and then the master numbers are pretty much the same. So I thought it was the obvious one. If they get taken out, I imagine that's half the Survivor list gone because I imagine they're close to 50%, if not more.
Yeah, I think they were in the high 39% of mine. It'll be interesting to see what they are in the over actual pool. But the pick number 2, I have a lot of really sharp people on this one, and that is the Arizona Cardinals. What do you think about that pick?
Yeah, that was clearly what was getting sort of sold to me, as well as the second pick. Again, these road teams, giving up points, whatnot. I don't know. I've been doing this too long to want to jump into those week one. Maybe the Saints just are really that bad, but geez, the Cardinals. On the money side of things, 84% of the money is on the minus at the spreads. There is no master action on that game, a few pennies here and there, but nothing of note on that one. So, yeah, that a lot of games scared me this week. Broncos, I thought, was the safe pick, but I'm not one of those ones that can put all the eggs into one basket. Cards, I did use them, I think, at least once, but scare the crap out of me. And then what was third in the list?
I have the Jaguars. There's a pretty healthy drop off to the Jaguars, but they're sitting in the 3rd spot. What did you have any action on that at all this week?
So yeah, the Jags have been bet as well. 61% of the money's on them, 66% of the master money. I think I did use the Jags as well at least once, but that one's at least they are at home, correct? Yes, and they are giving up field goal or whatnot. They're future value seemed pretty low, so I just thought it was one to have a crack at early on.
Very good. And then I was really surprised to see this one. I only had a couple of people that picked this one, but when they picked it hard. This is the Commanders. What do you think on this game?
So that was another one that I thought, that was probably, I would have picked them, and I'm not sure if I even used them once, because I actually like the Giants this season, and I know I had the Giants in the millions. But this one was 50-50 on the money, 50-50 by the Masters. But yeah, I mean, I would rather take the Commanders than the Cardinals. But again, week one, at least they're at home. It is the Giants. A lot of futures I'm seeing popping up on the Giants. So I think the expectations is that they may go all right at big odds.
Yeah, I got you there. And the fifth most popular team, the team I probably should have grayed out on the proxy service, none other than Cincinnati. This is the people who probably got knocked out with Cincinnati week 1, week 3 last year, but they're back trying Cincinnati one more time. I know you didn't play them, but what do you think of this game?
Yeah, hell no, I did not touch those guys. This one, again, is 50-50 overall, 50-50 master action. I would have taken the Cardinals before I took the Bengals. This one just again scares the bejesus out of me. Cleveland's another one that I sort of saw some smart people betting them on the futures, betting them overseas wins, stuff like that. I'll be trying to avoid the Bengals as much as possible. I know that I'll have to use them at some point if I last long enough. They just terrify me.
And I understand that. So we have the Broncos number 1 and Arizona number 2. But like I said, I'm getting a lot of really, really sharp people that keep saying Arizona, Arizona, Arizona. So this is pretty close to being a 1 and 2 of the best one of the week. So it could be a really interesting weekend survivor about people getting knocked out, especially if we have a crazy year like last year. If you'd lose the Broncos and the Cardinals, we're going to have the same situation we had last year. Probably 65-70% of the field gone.
Yeah, I really can't see the Broncos, but, there was a lot we couldn't see last year.
Yeah.
Cardinals and Bengals going out would be nice. Just get rid of it early.
You're going to lose a lot of sharp people in the contest. Let's jump over to the millions, because I thought the millions was very interesting. Starting with a dog, a pretty good-sized dog in the Giants at number 1, most popular pick in the millions contest. What do you think about that one?
So I know I did use them a few times.
Yep.
I mean, it's interesting that that's a big pick there, yet Washington was 4th in the survivor. As I said, it's kind of 50-50 money there. 50-50 master action. But yeah, I mean, it's to be top pick in the millions and 4th in the survivor, we'll see some people trying to land in that 1 to 6 spot. I wonder how many of the people actually did both of those. I can't imagine it was a frequent thing, but
no.
These days.
Yeah, you're right. Who knows these days? But yeah, that did not happen. The second pick is a very interesting one. And I was told this morning there was a lot of injury news reported on the offensive line in the Miami game. Are you involved in that? Or you see any master action on that Miami game, especially after the big announcement this morning?
Yeah, so let me dive into this one a bit closer, because the Colts definitely getting a lot of that master action. It was 53% of the money on Indy and 78% of the master money was on Indy. So, that's an interesting one that they've come with the Dolphins in the millions picks.
Yeah, very surprising. Then followed right behind them, the Seahawks at a +2.5. So we're seeing a lot of dogs right now in the millions. Any master action on the Seahawks?
Yeah, so Seahawks was 60% overall. No real master action. That game, obviously, at Circa, it was a +2.5, and the game's down to +1 now. So maybe it was just some late late pickers sort of picking that as it was heading down, because I think it was early this morning that one made that move. But yeah, it's not a lot of master money, but they've been most of the money's on the Seahawks there.
Okay, another one that comes in right in the same place as the last two. That's the Atlanta Falcons at +2. All those are about equally picked. Any major action on that game?
Well, I mean, number 5 team is the Bucks. So, I mean, what kind of picking was that going on? A bunch of them on the same game, both sides. Falcons
Both sides.
+2. Yeah, Falcons +2 at circa at the pick, down to -1 now. Bucks obviously -2 on the circa pick, where you got, to be the 5th team, and now it's +1. That's some interesting picking as well. This one's heavy on one side. Falcons, 80% of the money overall, 94% of the master money, but it is at +2.5, +2, +1.5, +1, all the way down to sort of that -1. So, that's not unexpected when something's moved sort of 3 points, 3.5 points, to see a bit of a run in one direction there.
Gotcha. And you're right. This is the first time we've had, as long as we've been doing this, both sides of a game on the Millions top 5. So it was kind of an interesting development. So you've already pretty much talked about that. But like you talked about last year, every week you had a master must-play game. Do you have one for us tonight, or is it a pass?
So I will mention one other game while we've got people here. Texans Rams has been a very, very big bet game. It's like 60% on the money's on the Rams, 66% of the master money's on the Rams. But that's probably one of the heaviest bet games of the week. So a lot of Rams money there coming in. When we got on this StreamYard, I couldn't find a game. We were chatting for a little bit. We were making some jokes about the Bengals and whatnot. And I did happen to find something.
Oh, what'd you find?
We're going out on a limb here, and I hope this really does win, because screw the Bengals. I was looking, 80% of the money is on the Bengals money line. 95% of the master money is on the Cleveland money line. So, I don't know what it is. 20 minutes ago, there was no play. As I'm going through the chart, and I don't normally look at the money lines unless there's, a reason to. But slightly over +200, the Masters are on it, and I would like to see nothing more than the Bengals get beat week 1 and torture those Survivor players, because I do not have the Bengals in my pick. So we're going to just throw it out. The confidence level is low. It's not like we went into some of these ones last year where there was huge volume and really stood out, whatnot. But just to throw out one to throw a spanner in the works, Bengals money line, anything +200 or more.
That sounds really good to me.
Browns, I did say. Browns money line.
Browns. Not Bengals. Nobody's for the Bengals.
So, yeah, that's it. That's week 1. It's an interesting week seeing how it goes. And, best of luck to all those in Survivor. Millions, it's a long season, so let's see how that goes as well. Usually I'm dead by about week 4 or 5, and it's just a chore to put those in the rest of the year.
But we still have a lot of fun doing it. Hey, there's a couple announcements we probably need to make real quick. On Spot Odds, if you want to follow along with the Circa contest, if you add the sports book Circa contest, all the odds will appear in your odds screen. Again, that's Spot Odds. All you have to do is add the bookie called Circa Contest. Also, if you bought the Proxy service from me and you have not sent me a message telling me what you wanted to do with your coupons for some free action on Spot Odds, send me the message. Tell me what you want. If you want pro, if you want full, whatever you need, and we'll make it all work for you. So a couple of you haven't responded yet. Just want to make sure that you remember. Spanky's giving coupons to you guys, and you might as well spend them. Adam, do you have any big announcements? You got to take over the West Coast? You coming to Nevada? What's going on with you?
Nothing at this point. Just again trying to grow, get some more customers, take more bets, build it out brick by brick. But right now, just concentrating on the states we've got up there, and hope it's a good season. The first few games have been decently well, so it was a horrible season last year for a lot of the books. So, I hope the bookies win one this year.
That's funny. And you'll have to let me know. You'll have to let me know if you're interested in a remote trader in Arizona. I'm still not able to move, but always looking to work with you, Adam. I always have a good time talking to you, and I think it's would be a real good time. So just let me know if you're ever you got any openings for a remote trader. I'm thinking about going back.
Will do. All right. Good luck to everyone for the weekend, and go get them.
Hey, thanks for watching, guys. See you next week.
All right. Cheers.
Go Big Red.